It's Tuesday, March 15th, and this is your coffee break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski with the latest local news and much more today, including a look at the forecast with Rob Adams and a local sports update. And of course, Donald Ang will take a look back on this day in history. But first, a 15-year-old Darien teen is accused of punching a UPS delivery driver after yelling obscenities at him last week. Two witnesses told police they saw the teen strike the driver outside of Holmes Elementary School at about 3 o'clock on March 10th. The driver, a 37-year-old Norwalk resident, told police he had seen two youths earlier on his route and claimed they had yelled at his truck as he passed. He said he thought he heard an object hit the side of the truck at that time, but continued driving. Later in the day, he stopped in front of Holmes School to make a delivery and again saw the two young men walking down the sidewalk toward him. The accused party allegedly came up to the side of the truck and yelled, "You think you're a tough guy?" Attempting to defuse the situation, the driver advised the young man against picking a fight with an adult, but the adolescent proceeded to strike the man in the face. A nearby witness yelled at the 15-year-old to stop, breaking up the altercation. According to police, the young man told the witness that the UPS employee had threatened him and pulled out a knife, but the witness denied seeing or hearing any such action from the driver. The accused teen allegedly admitted to yelling "UPS sucks" at the driver earlier in the day and told police that he thought the UPS driver was attempting to confront him when he stopped in front of the school. He went on to claim that the driver had threatened to kill him, but no one was able to verify that threat. The young man was released into the custody of his parents, and police are still investigating. And in Fairfield, two hawk attacks on people in the Mill Plain Road area were reported to police last Friday, according to Hearst, Connecticut media, reviving memories of similar incidents 4 years ago when 5 people, including students at Fairfield Ludlow High School, were targeted by the aggressive raptors. Police received a call at about 12:30 in the afternoon on Friday from a Sturgis Road resident who said her husband had been attacked by a hawk in front of their home. Her husband suffered a cut to his scalp inflicted by the bird. Animal control officers searched the area and located a pair of hawks attempting to build a nest nearby. One of the hawks flew directly at an officer at about eye level, but the officer was not struck. About an hour later, Chris Van, a wildlife biologist with the State Department of Energy and Environmental Protection, contacted police. According to Van, a mail carrier reported being attacked by a hawk on Sycamore Lane. What appeared to be a hawk's nest was later located nearby. In 2012, hawk attacks in the same general area began in January, and the incidents included injuries inflicted on a student leaving the Fairfield Ludlow campus and a woman knocked off her bicycle. In March of that year, a falconer from the U.S. Department of Agriculture came to town to remove one of the two red-shouldered hawks who had built a nest on Barlow Road. And in other news today, a Roman Catholic priest charged with stealing thousands of dollars from a Seymour parish told authorities he used the money for projects in Africa. The Reverend Honore Combo appeared in court on Monday on a charge of first-degree larceny. WFSB reports that police say Combo told them that the $27,000 missing from St. Augustine's Parish in Seymour was used to provide loans in the Congo, his home country. Police allege Combo opened a line of credit under the church's name with more than $31,000 in cash advances. Combo was removed as pastor in July, and the Archdiocese of Hartford barred him from serving as a priest. His case was continued to March 30th. And people concerned about Stratford's plans to trap and kill beavers in Roosevelt Forest are asking town officials if anything can be done to change the trapping plans. A group of Fairfield County animal activists and concerned residents asked Mayor John Harkins and the town council at a regular meeting about the town's plans to remove beavers who have settled at Pumpkin Ground Brook. The animal activists asked during public comment if the town council can overrule the Roosevelt Forest Commission decision to lay down traps. Town officials opted to trap the beavers to alleviate flooding in the forest after residents living on Barrister Road complained in October. After public works crews tried to break up the dam and installed a flow device to prevent the water backup, the beavers then patched up the dam, they said, leaving commissioners with little choice. But you can get more on that story at StratfordStar.com. And a Facebook protest of an upcoming speaking appearance at the Ridgefield Playhouse of a former actor who was once a co-defendant in a murder case will not stop the engagement from going forward. The protest, initiated by former New York City police detective John McNicholas of Ridgefield, filled the Ridgefield Facebook page over the weekend. McNicholas said he will protest the appearance in person as well. Allison Stockel, executive director of the Playhouse, said McNicholas's protest will not shut down the program, which features Lilo Brancato talking about how he ruined his life with drugs and bad influences. Stockel went on to say that protest is his choice. That's what makes America America. It's freedom of speech. She said, "I totally have no problem with that, but this is something the Prevention Council thought was important for students and parents to hear." Former actor Brancato shares his cautionary tale on how drugs and alcohol can destroy one's life at the Playhouse on Wednesday, March 23rd at 7:30 at night as part of Moffley Media Entertaining Conversation series. But we're going to throw it over to Rob Adams now for a look at the forecast. Rob?
All right, Kate, good morning, everyone. We've got areas of drizzle before noon, then a slight chance of drizzle or light rain between noon and 3 this afternoon. Patchy fog before noon otherwise, but not too bad from what I was seeing out there on the roads. Mostly cloudy and a high near 53. Wind will be right around 14 miles per hour out of the north. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low 43 and a north wind around 5. Wednesday, slight chance of showers afternoon, partly sunny otherwise, and a high near 61. To Wednesday night, chance of showers mostly cloudy, low 42. Thursday, more showers. Gosh, I can't seem to get you good news here. Mostly cloudy, high near 57. More of the same into Thursday night, low 39. Friday, sorry, I'm just going to keep rolling the dice. Chance of showers afternoon, partly sunny, high 50. Friday night, I'm finally seeing a change. Saturday, sunny, 45, although chillier. Sunday, chance of rain and 44. It's getting laughable. To Monday, chance of rain and snow. Sorry. Partly sunny, high 45, but it's only a 30% chance. We'll keep our fingers crossed. That's what can I tell you? And just in time for us to hit the road for the FC Act Tour. Fairfield, you have 49 degrees. Darien, 49. And right here in lovely Shelton, 48 degrees, Kate.
All right, thanks so much, Rob. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we have a Nutmeg Sports Update with Rob. Donald Dang takes a look back on this day in history, and we have more local headlines after this.
Darien Sports Shop is a unique store because it's a family store. A busy mom can come in with kids in tow and find everything she needs for them, and even find a dress for herself for Saturday night. And if she's in a rush, she can simply go home and order it from us that night. We'll deliver it the next day. The Darien Sports Shop. We're pretty on the outside and amazing on the inside. Conveniently located with free and easy parking at 1127 Post Road, Darien, Connecticut. Or shop us online at dariensport.com.
Walter Stewart's Market in New Canaan is your time-saving local shopping destination for the best of spring. Find many of your favorite products, from great specials on everyday items to the freshest organic produce, artisanal cheeses, and grass-fed steaks. Drop off your knives to be sharpened, grab a beautiful bouquet of spring flowers, and stop in next door for a wine tasting. Plus, their personable staff is always ready to lend a helping hand. So stop in to Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street today, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
Had a sports injury that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist quickly. Their highly trained orthopedic professionals expertly treat you without an appointment. Skiing, snowboard, or sports accident, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk. Call 203-845-2070 or coastalorthoexpress.com. Find them on Facebook at Coastal Ortho CT.
What's happening up in Hartford and what's trending in the Nutmeg State?
Join Kate Czaplinski
And Josh Fisher
on CT Pulse live Wednesdays at 12:30 to find out.
We talk to the leaders and newsmakers while breaking down the stories you should be paying attention to each week.
With the help of HAN's editorial cartoonist Doug Smith, we take a humorous look at the news of the week. We talk about everything you were told you should avoid bringing up in polite company.
CT Pulse, Wednesdays at 12:30 on the HAN Network.
You are watching the HAN Network, and you're not alone. Nearly 500,000 viewers enjoyed our broadcasts in the first 5 months. Advertise on the network that reaches Fairfield County, Connecticut's most engaged audience. Contact Jessica Murrin, Advertising Director, at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
We're back on this Tuesday edition of your Coffee Break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski, and it's time to throw it to Donald Ng's look back on this date in history. Check it out.
The cries of the oppressed finally reach the president, who makes their struggle his own. But first we go all the way back to 44 BCE. Julius Caesar, the dictator of the Roman Republic, stabbed to death by Marcus Junius Brutus, Gaius Cassius Longinus, Decius, Junius Brutus, and several other senators on the Ides of March. Beware. To 1783, in an emotional speech in Newburgh, New York, George Washington asks his officers not to support the Newburgh Conspiracy. After the Battle of Yorktown in 1781, the American Revolutionary War essentially died out in North America, and peace talks had begun in earnest. With the end of the war approaching, soldiers who had been unpaid feared that the Confederation Congress would not meet previous promises concerning back pay. Financier Robert Morris had, as early as 1782, stopped paying the Army as a cost-saving measure, arguing that when the war ended, the arrears could be made up. Washington acknowledged the men would likely never receive what they'd been promised, but urged them not to take up arms against Congress. The following year, Congress would approve a compromise, granting the troops 5 years of full pay rather than the lifetime of half pay they had been promised. In 1819, French physicist Augustin Jean Fresnel wins a contest of the Académie des Sciences in Paris by proving that light behaves like a wave. The Fresnel integral, which you're looking at right now, still is used to calculate wave patterns, and it silenced skeptics who had backed the particle theory of Isaac Newton. Don't take my word for it, double check the math yourself. And finally, now we go to 1965 for this.
Of history on our acts. But even if we pass this bill, the battle will not be over. What happened in Selma is part of a far larger movement which reaches into every section and state of America. It is the effort of American Negroes to secure for themselves the full blessings of American life. Their cause must be our cause too. Because it's not just Negroes, but really it's all of us who must overcome the crippling legacy of bigotry and injustice. And we shall overcome.
That, of course, President Lyndon Johnson responding to the Selma crisis and telling the U.S. Congress we shall overcome while advocating for the Voting Rights Act. Though blacks had been granted the right to vote a century before, some states had instituted barriers such as grandfather clauses, history tests, and other impediments that were only applied to non-whites. Congress would pass the Voting Rights Act overwhelmingly, and Johnson signed it into law in August. That is your look back in history, and I am Donald Ng.
All right, thanks as always to Don. Time to throw it back over to Rob for a Nutmeg Sports Update. Rob?
All right, Kate, we'll start with boys ice hockey. In Fairfield Ward Ludlow, the Co-op is going to play for the Division II state title. The number 2 Mustangs defeated number 3 Guilford 5-1 in the semifinals at the Ingalls Rink. They will take on the top seed North Branford for the championship on Friday night at 7:30, again in New Haven. The teams played to a 4-4 tie on December 30th, and the T-Birds advanced with a 7-1 victory over number 12 East Haven. Oh, by the way, Jake Fuss only had 4 goals in the game. Jack McCormick had 4 assists in the win over Guilford. 5-1 again the final score, and North Branford taking care of East Haven 7-1. A note that it was the largest deficit, or largest amount of victory, if you will, in D2 tournament history in 10 years was the note that I read. I kind of fumbled it there, but you get the idea. In boys basketball, Tim Murphy in the Ridgefield Press writes that third-seeded Hill House stormed to a 13-point lead by the end of the first quarter and went on to throttle 22 Ridgefield 81-49 in a Class AA quarterfinal in New Haven. Haven. Ridgefield finishes the season with a 13-11 record and was just the second team in the last 25 years to reach the Class AA quarterfinals while being seeded 22nd or lower. Fairfield Prep also reached the Final 8 as a 22nd seed in 2008. Brendan McNamara scored a team-high 10 for Ridgefield. Joey Kasperzik had 19 for the Academics. Hillhouse will play either second-seeded Danbury or the 7th seed Wilbur Cross in the semis. Also in Class AA, Fairfield Prep has advanced to the semis with an 84-68 win over Crosby. They'll play the Weaver Beavers, who knocked off Simsbury 71-38. In Class M, Northwest Catholic, Bloomfield, and Sacred Heart all advanced. The Hearts will play Notre Dame of Fairfield, who defeated Cromwell 55-52. Over to Class L now in girls hoops. Capital Prep and New London have both advanced to the title game at Mohegan Sun, while Canton and Thomaston both won in Class S. Back to Tim Murphy, who writes in the Wilton Bulletin that Freya Coombs' one season as head coach of the Wilton High girls soccer team was also her last. Combe, who guided a young Wilton team to the Class AA state tournament last fall into the quarterfinals, recently resigned as the Warriors head coach, according to athletic director Chris McDougall. The Warriors finished 11-8-1 in 2015, but 3 players left the team as the season went along. Some of those complaints were raised by parents critical of the Wilton Athletic Department's procedures during a Board of Education meeting last Thursday. One mother of a girls soccer player said written complaints citing Combs' disregard for the, quote, safety, mental, and emotional health, unquote, of the Wilton players were sent to school administrators last fall. Donald Eng and I will talk much more about this on Nutmeg Sports at 2 o'clock. On the schedule today, Class AA basketball quarterfinals. Number 7 Wilbur Cross at number 2 Danbury. As I mentioned a little earlier, they'll play at 7 o'clock tonight in Hat City. And in D3, the boys ice hockey semis at the Ingalls Rink. Number 5 West Hill Stamford taking on number 1 New Fairfield Immaculate. That's your 5:30 game. And at 7:30, the 3 seed Staples Weston Shelton against number 2 Woodstock Academy. Finally, we were at Fairfield Ludlow High School for the annual Jack Title Unified Basketball Tournament. 22 teams from 11 FCAC high schools participated. Let's take a look at the athletes as they paraded into the gym yesterday afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Fairfield Ludlow High School for a very special sports broadcast on the HAN Network with John Kovach. I'm Rob Adams, and today we're very happy to bring you the coverage of the Jack Title Unified Basketball Tournament right here at Fairfield Ludlow. The parade of athletes are already beginning, John. It's very Olympic style to bring them right on in.
Hear the lighting of the ceremonial flame, so to speak.
Ready? Bring it up there. There it comes. Great job, Becca. Thank you very much.
You're not.
Let me win. But if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
One of the coolest events that I can recall being a part of, and a great thrill for all of us here at the HAN Network, which is where you can see it on demand. It's all out there, just as with all of our other games. You can find it at han.network. You can also find it on demand at fciac.net. Worthwhile, worth checking out, and a lot of fun. You know, John Kovach, Sean Saylor, and I didn't need to say a whole lot. Sometimes we just let the pictures do the talking. But we had some great interviews, and really cool to be a part of it. With sports, I'm Rob Adams. Kate, back over to you.
So great. All right, thanks, Rob. Well, getting back to some news today, some lane closures to keep in mind this week on I-95. The State Department of Transportation reports that there will be closures in Norwalk for bridge inspections. Those include today, Tuesday, March 15th, from 9 this morning to noon. The left northbound lane will be closed between exits 15 and 16. Also today from 11 to 2, the right southbound lane will be closed between exits 15 and 14. And on Wednesday from 9 to noon, the right northbound lane will be closed between exits 15 and 16. And then from 11 to 2, the left southbound lane will be closed between exits 15 and 14. So some good things to keep in mind if you're on I-95. And in other news, in a classic case of supply and demand, Connecticut drivers are seeing a steady increase in the average price of gas at the pump after enjoying relatively lower prices for more than a year. Within the last 2 weeks, motorists here and nationally have seen gas prices make a U-turn, and the price spike is not unexpected. Prices are starting to increase because many refineries are offline for summer maintenance. They're also preparing for the production of the more expensive, environmentally friendly summer blends. When refineries are offline, there's less gas in the pipeline, and couple lower production with the increased price of crude oil, the driving force of the prices at the pump, to around $38 a barrel, and the start of the summer drive season, you have a bump at the pump. Today's average Connecticut gas price of $1.95 a gallon is up 9 cents compared to this time last week and up 2 cents compared to this time last month. However, the good news is that prices are down 59 cents compared to this time last year. And in Trumbull, the Silverman Group sold Trefoil Park, which is a 5-building corporate campus located at 35 Corporate Drive, for $26.7 million on Monday. Real estate firm Cushman & Wakefield, who represented the Silverman Group, announced the sale in a press release. Trefoil Park has a roster of 37 corporate and industrial tenants at 95% leased. Some of the building's tenants include Sun Products Corporation, Enthroned Inc., Ocean and Coastal Consultants, as well as Liberty Mutual and Bright Horizons Children's Centers. And after months of discussion, the resolutions needed to finance the Stratford High School renovation project have been approved. Stratford Town Council members voted Monday to approve an ordinance that increased the appropriation of the project to $125.9 million. The council also voted to amend a previous ordinance that would allow for the issuance of $65 million in bonds to pay for the town's share of the project. With the votes in place, the town can now send its request for state reimbursement to the General Assembly. The vote was met with applause from residents who witnessed town council meetings for months advocating for the renovation. The proposed renovation, which would include adding a new wing west of King Street, renovating the current building, and installing a new practice field, is expected to cost about $125 million. Under the plan, Stratford would receive about $73 million in state reimbursement. That would cover more than 60% of the cost. Stratford would have to pay about $52 million. The vote came after months of talk, including suggestions that the town should examine building a single high school. And the second annual Peace, Love, and Music from Marin will take place April 30th at Jonathan Law High School in Milford. The citywide event celebrates the life of Marin Sanchez, a law student who was killed the morning of her junior prom in 2014 by classmate Christopher Plaskin. The festival is sponsored in partnership through the Marin Sanchez Memorial Fund and the Marin Sanchez Home Foundation. Last year, both Jonathan Law and foreign high school students benefited from the scholarship fund, with over $55,000 awarded to graduating seniors. But you can get more on that event at milfordmirror.com. We're going to step out for a break, and when we come back, recap some of the top stories we're following today on your coffee break after this.
Can't wait for it to get warmer so you can start fishing again? Get over to the Dock Shop, where they have the latest in fishing tackle, marine electronics, boating supplies, and more. But remember, the Dock Shop isn't your average tackle shop. You'll also find the finest selection of nautical apparel, jewelry, home decor, and gifts in New England. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, dockshop.com.
Here at the Organic Yard, We use bionutritional products in our lawn care programs, which reduces the need for fertilizers, nitrates, phosphates, and pesticides up to 80%, making a safer environment for your family and pets. With our organic lawn treatment, you'll receive vigorous, healthy plants with improved root development and better drought resistance. Enroll now in our 2016 Organic Yard Program and get a free organic deer tick treatment. Call us today at 914-764-5491 or go to our website at millerslandscapinginc.com. For over 25 years, Mike Cizik Painting and Wallpapering has been the name to know for residential and commercial properties in Fairfield County. He uses only the top brands, including Benjamin Moore, for impeccable preparation and lasting quality. Call Mike now and receive $500 off any job over $7,000. Mike is currently accepting reservations for spring, so call him today at 203-770-8869 or 203-972-3310. For your custom painting, finishing, and staining needs, it's Mike Cizik.
Hi, I'm Rob Adams with my good friend Donald Eng, and we're the home team for Nutmeg Sports, Monday through Wednesday at 2 o'clock right here on the HAN Network. We are the place for all things Connecticut sports, so come hang out with us on Nutmeg Sports. Don? They don't call him the best color man in the game for nothing. Nutmeg Sports, 2 o'clock, Monday through Wednesday right here on the HAN Network.
We're back on this Tuesday edition of your Coffee Break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski, recapping a few of the top stories we're following today, including that a 15-year-old Darien teen is accused of punching a UPS delivery driver after yelling obscenities at him last week. Two witnesses told police they saw the teen strike the driver outside of Holmes Elementary School at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon on March 10th. The driver, a 37-year-old Norwalk resident, told police he had seen two youths earlier on his route and claimed they had yelled at his truck as he passed. He said he thought he heard an object hit the side of the truck at the time, but continued driving. Later in the day, he stopped in front of Holmes School to make a delivery and again saw the two young men walking down the sidewalk towards him, the accused party allegedly coming up to the side of the truck and yelling at him. Attempting to defuse the situation, the driver advised the young man against picking a fight with an adult, but the adolescent allegedly proceeded to strike the man in the face. A nearby witness yelled at the 15-year-old to stop, breaking up the altercation. According to police, the young man told the witness that the UPS employee had threatened him and pulled out a knife, but the witness denied seeing or hearing any such action from the driver. The accused teen allegedly admitted to yelling at the UPS driver earlier in the day and told police that he thought the UPS driver was attempting to confront him when he stopped in front of the school. He went on to claim that the driver had threatened to kill him, but no one was able to verify that threat. The young man was released into the custody of his parents, and police are continuing to investigate. And in Fairfield, 2 hawk attacks on people in the Mill Plain area were reported to police last Friday, according to Hearst, Connecticut media, reviving memories of similar incidents 4 years ago when 5 people, including students at Fairfield Ludlow High School, were targeted by aggressive raptors. Police received a call around 12:30 on Friday from a Sturgis Road resident who said her husband had been attacked by a hawk in front of her home. Her husband suffered a cut to his scalp inflicted by the bird. And animal control officers searched the area, locating a pair of hawks attempting to build a nest nearby. And one of those hawks flew directly at an officer at about eye level, but the officer was not struck. About a half hour later, Chris Vann, a wildlife biologist with the State Department of Energy and Environmental Protection, contacted police. According to Vann, a mail carrier reported being attacked by a hawk on Sycamore Lane. What appeared to be a hawk's nest was later located nearby. In 2012, hawk attacks in the same general area began in January, and the incidents included injuries inflicted on a student leaving the Fairfield Ludlow campus and a woman who was knocked off her bicycle. In March of that year, a falconer from the U.S. Department of Agriculture came to town to remove one of 2 red-shouldered hawks who had built a nest on Barlow Road. And a Roman Catholic priest charged with stealing thousands of dollars from a Seymour parish told authorities he used the money for projects in Africa. The Reverend Honore Combo appeared in court on Monday on a charge of first-degree larceny. WFSB reports that police say Combo told them that the $27,000 missing from St. Augustine's Parish in Seymour was used to provide loans in the Congo, his home country. Police allege Combo opened a line of credit under the church's name with more than $31,000 in cash advances. Combo was removed as pastor in July, and the Archdiocese of Hartford has barred him from serving as a priest. The case was continued to March 30th. We're going to throw it back over to Rob Adams now for a final look at the forecast.
All right, Kate. You know, I just saw a hint of some bright sky out there. I think it's only fleeting, though. Areas of drizzle before noon, then a slight chance of drizzle or some light rain between noon and 3, and we'll have a mostly cloudy day with a high near 53. Tonight, more of that mostly cloudy sky, low around 43. Wednesday, slight chance of showers in the afternoon. Basically, just assume I'm going to say showers or rain for virtually every day in this forecast. Partly sunny, 61 for tomorrow. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy, 42. Thursday, repeat after me, mainly in the afternoon, mostly cloudy, 57. Thursday night, ditto, mainly before 10, 39 for the low. Friday, insert here, partly sunny, 50. I can keep doing this all day, folks. Sunny and 45 for Saturday. There's your change. Sunday, chance of you-know-what, mostly cloudy, 44. And Monday, we got to keep an eye on the possibility of some snow. But right now, partly sunny day for Monday and a high near 45. So we'll see what that snow develops, if anything. But otherwise, Fairfield, you're sitting at 49. Darien, you are doing the same. Right here in Shelton, we're staying steady at 48 degrees. Donald Eng and I will have Nutmeg Sports for you at 2 o'clock, including what's going on in Wilton, among some other things we will discuss. We'll see you then.
All right, thanks, Rob. And coming up at 12:30 today, The Drive with Denise, special guest Karen Mayo, who's the author of the bestseller Mindful Eating, will be her guest. So check that out live at 12:30 in studio. But that's going to do it for your coffee break. We'll, of course, be back tomorrow at 11. Have a great day.